Women as Masters of Reinvention Part 2. You can find Part 1 if you go to Kathryn Missel profile. So how do we do it? How do we reinvent ourselves and learn how to enact our higher inner ideal of greatness so we can embody and exhibit the highest expressions of courage, confidence, self-possession, fearlessness, innovation, creativity, inspiration, sovereignty, autonomy, kindness, compassion? Every woman on this planet holds the seeds for these ideals. They are already planted within us. It falls on us to nourish these seeds with our light and our core truth in order to take this destiny in our DNA to its full potential and share it openly with the world. When we individually and collectively showcase these high-value altruistic traits and lead by example, we become an unshakable and uncompromising force for positive change in the world. We must get really comfortable with personal transformation and reinvention. In fact, we've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable as we do this. We are wired biologically, neurologically, to resist change and the unfamiliar. It is imperative that we learn how to gracefully find our flow and sync up with the forward momentum of such a fast-paced, ever-changing world. Simply put, we can't keep being who we've been. Our current systems and models of reality are dismantling and dissolving. In other words, the version of you that you needed to be in the old paradigm of reality is not strong enough, isn't resilient enough to ride the wave of expanded energies that are continuing to grace us here on Mothership Earth. We are the creators. We are the dreamers of our future. It's time to act accordingly, to take deliberate and bold action and assume control of our fate. It is imperative that we boldly step outside of the fear that it is not safe to have more than enough of what we need. Right now, many women are craving the ability to make a greater impact in their lives and in the lives of others. Would we move beyond the constant state of struggle where we have just our basic needs met and passively saying it's okay when we know in our heart and soul that it is not? Only then are we supported enough to focus on the creative and inspired pursuit of creating an impact in the world. When we have more than enough of everything we need, and that becomes our new normal, we can step into increasingly expanded possibilities for experiencing greatness. When we are fortified by radical self-acceptance of our worth and value, we become an immovable force that is impervious to anything outside of us that can detract from or diminish our quality of life. We stop feeling the irrational dread and panic that what we have lovingly created and built can be taken away from us somehow. In truth, we have more to fear from our own unexamined, subconsciously held beliefs about lack and unworthiness. Our ability to sabotage something good in our lives because it feels too grand is a far bigger threat than any unseen hand taking away our good fortune. Anything that reeks of too muchness in our lives, too much money, too much love, too much time, too much freedom, too much joy, has the potential to derail our success and forward path if we are unable to feel safe and completely comfortable with the notion of having more than enough of what we need in all areas of our lives. Negative core emotions have shaped us in countless ways and have created a very distorted worldview built on the illusion of lack. It has created conflict, frustration, overwhelm, and confusion within us for years. When our core negative emotions are unacknowledged and they're not properly integrated, it creates a widening gap between who we've been up until now out of necessity and who we deeply desire to be deliberately and intentionally. The conflict we feel from desiring to be the bold new version of self making an impact in the world while still believing we're not safe in having it all, puts us in a place where we can't see the available potentials beyond the scope of our problems. So, my sister, what do you want? What do you really want? We say we don't know a lot. You're probably saying it right now. Not okay. We can no longer say we don't know how to make the shift into a more desirable way of being. Our task is too great. Our mission as women is too important to just leave it at that. As women, we must learn how to become masters of reinvention. We can no longer be afraid of what feels too big. A greater expression of self will only and ever feel too big if we are playing too small. Our world is changing quickly. We are getting called into the adventure of life in new ways all the time. We are crying out for inspiration on how to make a bigger mark in this world, to carve out our unique slice of paradise, and to live beyond our problems. Figure out what you really want right now. And let every day be an opportunity to make incremental micro commitments to making that your reality. Let every decision you make be a micro commitment to keeping the sacred promise of what you want to yourself. You will build your trust in yourself and in the world by doing this. You will gain the confidence you need to dream bigger. You will shine like a beacon to others, showing them what is possible for them. This is what I mean when I say your abundance matters. Your prosperity prospers others. Vow to clear the negative core emotions that keep you living as the old you, whatever it takes. You are not that woman anymore, living in fear, slowly letting her soul light and heart's desires fade into obscurity. What kind of life will allow you to not just survive, but thrive? What will fill up your cup, your human vessel, so that it runs over with more than enough of what you need in order to make the real change and impact you wish to see in the world? If your questioning doesn't end here, and you're inspired and want to know more, and you want powerful guidance on how to move forward into your unique phase of reinvention that is right and perfect for you, then you are on the Phoenix path. You are ready to rise and thrive. Women Walking the Phoenix Path is my next coaching program, and it starts February 8th, 2023. You can learn more with the link in my profile.